Namaste and welcome. My name is Joleen and I've been a yoga practitioner for more than a decade and teaching for about 5 years. I've seen the benefits yoga has had on people's lives and I want to share with you how yoga can help you deal with challenges life has thrown your way, especially traumatic ones. So I got into yoga at a very challenging point in my life. I was going through a terrible breakup, I was unhappy in my job, and basically was at loss with what to do with my life. Everything was a mess and I lived in constant turmoil. I didn't know it back then, but I was crying out for help to find some form of stability in my life so that I can feel grounded and somewhat sane. And then a yoga studio opened down my street. You see, I'm the type of person that can't stand being still. Let me know in the comments below if you are the same, because I certainly am. I hate being still. So when my friend suggested that we try out the new studio, I thought, gosh, I'm going to be so bored. Plus, how in the world can you sweat holding weird yoga poses, right? I was wrong. That first yoga class was the start of a beautiful journey of self-love and realization, which has continued till today. For the first time, I experienced what it felt like to have peace. It was as though I found a way to step into the eye of a tornado. All of my life's craziness was still whirling around me, but because I found that way into the eye, I was observing the craziness from a place of calm. And it was there that I was able to recollect my thoughts and reconnect with myself. So that is what yoga is for me. It's into that place of peace and calm. So would you like to know the 3 very important grounding yoga poses I use to help me find the calmness in the middle of the storm? Of course you do. I like to practice on my Shantihi yoga mat, as every time I step on my mat, I step into a place of peace and calm, just like the eye of the storm. You can choose to do all these 3 poses, or you can pick and choose, depending on how much time you have. All these poses are very simple, but their benefits are tenfold. These restorative poses allow you to find the doorway into the eye of the storm. Then all you have to do is be still, breathe, and allow the mind and body to relax. For the first pose, I prefer to sit cross-legged with my hands on my knees. So palms up if you feel like you need to receive more, and palms down if you feel like you need to reconnect more. If sitting on the floor is uncomfortable for you, you can sit upright on the chair with your hands on your laps. So we want to close our eyes and we want to be still, breathe, extending the inhale and extending the exhale. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, and we exhale, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in into your side ribs, 2, 3, 4, and we exhale the air out, 2, 3, 4. You can do this for around 10 slow deep breaths or until you feel a little bit more calmer and more grounded. The second pose is also a very simple pose that I give to my students a lot. It's called the legs up against the wall, or Viparita Karani as it is known in Sanskrit. Now imagine there's a wall behind me, because I don't have a wall in this outdoor place here, back. I get into the pose by lying on my side and I scoot my hips right up to the wall. And then I swing my legs up against the wall. So you can place your hands out by your side, palms facing upwards. Or you can place one hand on your heart and the other on your tummy. We want to utilize the same breath as the last pose, as the first pose. Extending the inhale and extending the exhale. To get out, just bring your legs back here. You can stay for about 10 slow deep breaths or maybe 5 minutes, just depending on how stressed you feel on that day. So this pose combined with controlled breathing, it leads to a lower heart rate, which helps lower anxiety, stress, and also insomnia. The elevation of the legs against the wall promotes drainage, it reduces swelling, and soothes swollen or cramped feet. So people who are in constant stress, experiencing menopause, they have venous disease such as varicose veins, or have jobs where they stand a lot, will benefit a lot from this pose. And the last pose I want to show you is the child's pose. It is a very restful pose that can be both nourishing and nurturing. We start by kneeling on the floor with your toes almost touching, as wide as your hips will allow. and you sit on your heels. If you find that it's a little bit difficult, you can keep your knees close together or place a little roll or blanket over your heels here. We exhale and lay your torso down between your thighs, resting your forehead on the floor. Extending the arms, palms facing downwards. We want to breathe into the back, extending the tailbone and broadening the sacrum, and breathing into your lower back and also your side ribs. For a more relaxing pose, you may choose to place your hands by your sides, palms facing upwards, and just settle in and breathe. To get out of the pose, simply place your hands by your sides and push your torso up. And just enjoy the pose here. And we always pause for a moment because I really love the child's pose. It's a very, very safe place for me. It's a true resting pose, and it's really, really therapeutic posture for relieving stress. The connection of your forehead, namely your third eye, with the mat has an instant calming and soothing effect on the brain. Child's pose is a simple way to calm your mind, slow your breath, and restore a feeling of peace and safety. And not only does it have mental and emotional benefits, child's pose will also gently stretch your hips, your thighs, and your ankles. So, that's the 3 poses you should start doing every day to find the gateway into the eye of the tornado. I created Shantihi, my brand, because I wanted to start a movement that empowers women facing adversity to find strength and heal through the practice of yoga. When you practice with any Shantihi product, you draw on the strength and peace that the brand represents, empowering you to deal with challenging situations, be it physical or emotional. You are also showing support for other women by starting important conversations that lead to women getting the help that they need to succeed. I wanted to help more women like me, so I have started allocating a portion of Shantihi's profits to help fund community yoga classes in a small farming village near me for women who are struggling to cope and succeed in a male-dominated farming environment. So thanks for joining me. Now, did anybody find a pose that resonated with them? Let me know in the comments below which pose resonated the most with you, because each and every one of us have a different pose that really connects, that we can connect to. And I would love to know if this video has helped you in any way, so please feel free to share in the comments below what issues or struggles you are currently facing. I'm always happy to answer any questions you have, or just to lend an ear and offer some support. We'll speak soon.